Way back when in an earlier lecture, we were getting a breakdown, a really quick one, about the Microsoft Word ribbon. You recall, up at the top of the screen, we've got the word ribbon. It's broken up into a series of tabs: Home, Insert, Design, Page Layout, and so on. Let's now take a closer look at the Home tab, because I want to talk about one of the features that you're going to be doing a lot of inside of Word is formatting. So, looking at the Home tab here, we've got formatting commands that deal with your font, like single letters, single characters, or perhaps a block of characters. Change their color, make them bold, italicize them, underline them, change their font size. Got everything that deals with the font itself. Right next door to it, we've got options for the paragraph. So this would be for perhaps this block of text right here, the entire thing. I want to change the alignment. Rather than being left justified, I want to make it right justified, or I want to center it on the page. I want to change the indentations that are happening within that paragraph. I just want to format that block of text. Well, then you're going to go into the paragraph formatting options. Now, in a later lecture, we're going to take a look at styles, which also deals with formatting. But styles, these are saved formatting. I want all of my headers throughout my 20-page document. All the headers should be blue. They should be 20-point size. They should be Garamond. They should be bold. Whatever it might be. But I want to save that off so that I can reuse it anytime I need to. That's what styles are all about. And we'll talk about those here shortly, a few more lectures down the road. Okay? So this is your Home tab. And the three big things out here, there's more, but the three big that I really want to get into coming up, you got your font, you got your paragraph, and then you got your styles. Those three little sections there, I can break them up right there. Okay? That's what I want to get into. All about formatting. Spicing up your document, making it look better. Whether they're single letters or words or entire paragraphs. Or perhaps you got larger documents and you want to save some formatting to reuse. Then styles is the name of the game. So let's try some of this formatting out. We're going to begin out talking about the font formatting. So first off, I want to be able to get in here and I want to be able to format maybe specific words. And we're going to use some of the techniques that we discussed earlier about selecting text. So for example, I want to take this word powerful right here. I want to take that and I want to make it bold. I want to change its color. I want to do something to make that word stand out. Well, I'll just give it a double click. Remember, that grabs a specific word, whatever word you're within. And now I can go up to my font section and I can begin formatting that word. So I come in here and say I want to make it bold. Shortcut key is Control B, make something bold, and that's true of the majority of applications. I could change its font size. You got a little drop down where you can pick a number. And nice thing, ever since the 2010 release of Word, actually the Microsoft Office suite, you get live previews. All you do is just run your mouse over the top of it and you can see what happens in the background. So maybe I'll bump that up a little bit. We'll make it 12 point. Let's see, default was 11, so I just went up 1. I'll give that a double click again. You also got these interactive buttons here where you can bump it up and lower it in font size. I could underline it, I could italicize it, I could change the font itself. Calibri's the default on my system, but maybe I'm going to switch it to Chiller. Make it Chiller there. Look at that, powerful. I'll change its color. I got the little lowercase a there. We'll make it red just to really make that pop. There we go. So again, just double click a word, get up to your font section of the Home tab, then you can begin making some formatting changes. Well worth your time. I just mentioned a couple of them there. But if you're relatively new into getting to the font section, you've got all sorts of stuff. You can highlight it, you can superscript it or subscript it here, you can strike it out. That's a pretty common one if you got a document that's going through iterations. You don't want to delete something because you want to keep it around for historical purposes, but I'll just strike it out. Right? I can come over here and say, hey, when you click on an online video, you can paste in the embed code. Oh, you know what? Maybe the embed code went away, but I want to keep this around. So I'll go strike it out. Just get that line inside there. Again, I can go through my document, click and drag. Maybe I'm going to grab this, click the insert, and choose the elements you want from different galleries. Okay, great. Maybe I want to italicize that to really emphasize it a little bit more. So I got my italicize button up there. Again, lots of stuff for you to take advantage of, but just font formatting. select your words, select specific text, whatever it is, and then go to town with formatting it. Right? Don't go overboard. That probably goes without saying, but sometimes less is really more. Right? Don't go wacky with it, lots of different colors and so on, but just get a feel for formatting within your document. Now I'm going to mention one last thing here, then we'll wrap up this section. Inside of some of these groups on your ribbon, there's a little button, lower right corner. Little button there, looks like a right angle with an arrow on it. If I give that a click, this will open up my font window where I can get a number of other commands as well, and perhaps an interface where they're all right there. I just want to throw out some key highlights inside of here. One of them is set as default. Love this feature. If you find that, oh, you know what, in my documents I don't use Calibri, and my default font is an 11, I want to make it 12 or whatever, you can set your new default. So I come in here and say, I want to make the different font change, I want to bump up the font size, maybe I want to do this, that, and the other thing, and then I can say set as default. And that will become my new default, my new font default. That's a great one if you work inside of a legal environment or work inside of an environment where you have a specific set of fonts and colors and such that you need to use. Set as a default, and you've got it right there. But once again, worth your time. Explore the window, see what else you can do. Download the file. It's called 05 Formatting Text and Words, another .docx file. Download it, open it up, and just format it. See what you get out of it. Select a couple words here and there. Do your double click, do your control and click, 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 grab a bunch of words, and format them all at the same time. I want to show you a really quick, really neat feature that was introduced inside the 2010 edition of the Microsoft Office Suite. This doesn't just live inside of Word, but you'll find this inside of Excel and PowerPoint as well. It's called the Mini Toolbar. And you've probably seen it, and you maybe even interacted with it before, but perhaps just didn't know the name of it. But the Mini Toolbar. This shows up after you select something, in this case text, within a Microsoft Word document. Take a look. So I get in here, I want to highlight some text inside this first paragraph. And I want to change its color, I want to make it bold, I want to do something to it. So I left click and drag, I'm going to grab that first sentence, and when I let go, I get this little toolbar that pops open on my screen. This is called the Mini Toolbar. And essentially it picks up on a lot of the features that are coming from your Home tab. Just went away from me there. Let's try that again. So I highlight that text. There it is. So I want to make it bold. I want to change the font size. Let's go up to 14. I want to change the color. I'll just do a few things inside of here. But it's all right there at your fingertips. Really quick and efficient. I could be on any tab up here. I don't have to be on the Home tab to be able to do formatting, because all you do is highlight what you want and you got it all right there. Like I said, a really quick and super easy but very, very efficient and effective tool. Highlight some text and it's right there in front of you and you can make some changes. Now it doesn't include everything. Of course that toolbar up above has got a lot more features on it, but you got the very, very common commands right here. Try it out. Highlight some text and mess with the toolbar. And you know what? Here's one more thing for you. Sometimes it gets in the way. Sometimes I don't want it out there. So if I go up to the File tab, I can go down into Options, File to Options, and right here on the General tab, you've got the ability to turn it on and off. Show Mini Toolbar on selection. Remember, you select text and right there it opens up for you. If you don't want it on your screen, it gets in the way, whatever it is, you can turn it off right there. But again, try this out. Open up the example file if you've already closed it. Highlight some text. Got your little mini toolbar. Get a feel for it. Really quick, really efficient formatting at the font level. Let's take a look at formatting the paragraph. Now you're going to see a lot of similarities in here, but there's going to be some very specific features that deal with formatting larger blocks of text. Not just single words or sentences or a little bit of text here and there, but in a complete paragraph of text. Now you'll recall that we can turn on, from your Home tab, we can turn on the formatting or paragraph markers. So I tap that little button, and what I really mean by paragraph formatting is we're going to go from the beginning of this paragraph here to all the way to that mark right there. That's our paragraph. Okay? Whether or not you're following all the elementary type grammar and and so on that makes a paragraph, that's another story. But as far as words concerned, from that beginning to that end, that's a paragraph. That's where we're going to format. Take a look. Let's say, for example, I want to change the spacing between the lines of this paragraph. Do you remember that back in school? It's like, oh, I got to write an essay, right? It's got to be front and back, okay? 2 pages, front and back. But what's the spacing? Can I do double spacing? And I'll kind of fill up that page a little bit quicker. Can I do 1.5 at least? Right? Let's change the spacing on here. So really all I need to do is click into the paragraph. Doesn't matter where, just as long as I'm in that paragraph. I'll then go to my Home tab. I'm going to go into the paragraph formatting options. And in here you got all sorts of stuff. We're talking about a few of the things here. But this little button right here, this is your spacing. So I'm going to give that a click. I've got a bunch of presets. There's one. You see it jump just a little bit. My paragraph got a little bit squatter. Just a little bit more squeezed together. Here's 1.15. Here's 1.5. That's 1.5 spacing. And what you're looking at is the spacing between these lines. And you'll notice that it applied it to the entire paragraph. I didn't select it. All I did was just click into it. Compared to this paragraph down below, how much tighter is that spacing in there? Let's see how I want to do 2 times the spacing. I'll just select it. Now I got 2 times the spacing between those lines. Let's see what else. I want to change the alignment. Right now it's left aligned. It's nice and flush along that line right there. We could maybe right align it. We could center justify it. We got a few things we could do here. But again, I'll just click into the paragraph. Up above, you've got your alignment commands. Got your left, got your center, got your right, got your justify. So let's say I just want to center align this paragraph. There it is, center align. You can see I got kind of jagged ends on either end of that. Maybe I'll justify that one. Now this one, it's nice and clean. I got a nice hard edge along there, and I got a nice hard edge along there. Okay, nice and clean. Maybe I'll right align it. Now I've got that nice clean line on the right hand side. This may be not something you're going to do a lot of. Typically you open up a Word document, they're pretty much right aligned, maybe justified. But you start getting into laying out things like posters or magazine spreads or whatever inside of Word, and you might find that you're right now right aligning content. Or you're putting quotes throughout your document. You might change the alignment to center alignment. You might do different things with your text, with your paragraphs. I'm going to put that back to the left. What else do we got up here? I can indent my paragraphs. So again, I'll just click into the paragraph. I want to have a nice indentation, kind of move that margin over just from the left-hand side. Whoops, wrong button. We'll just move that over. So I can hit this one with the right arrow. I'll increase that indent. And now I've moved over that line there, or moved over that margin. Then you can actually see up here inside my ruler that it moved it there. I can indent it a few times. I can subtract that indentation and bring it back. You got your 2 buttons. Either indent it, increase it, or decrease the indent. So again, loads of features up here. I'm just talking about a couple of them. You got your alignment, you got your indentation, you got your paragraph spacing, your line spacing in there. You can change background color. You can put borders around text. And just like your font formatting, remember font earlier had that funny little button in the corner, the right angle with the arrow. You got it here as well. I give that a click, and you got all sorts of stuff. There's your alignment in there. There's some indentations. There's some spacing. You got a few things inside of here. And you've got set as default, just like your font features earlier. You find that you want a specific default, make your changes, set as default. That's now what you're going to be using for your paragraph formatting. Now remember, font formatting was for your single characters or single words. Paragraphs from beginning to end of that paragraph, all the way down to that special character. Remember that? So try this out. I want to create a little more structure to my document. I've got a list of items that I want to number or I want to place little bullets next to. But I want to create a little list. My wife, she sends me out to the store occasionally when she trusts me. And she gives me a list of items, but she just kind of rattles them off. We need milk, we need eggs, we need bread, we need peanut butter, we need jam, we need this, that, and the other thing. And my mind's just like, just text me when I get to the store, right? I'll call you when I get there, and then you can tell me again. I can't remember all this stuff. Okay? So I want to be able to create a nice little formatted, nice structured list of items. We got really two ways that we can do this inside of our Microsoft Word documents. There's actually a few other ways, but to begin with, we're going to take a look at two of them. We're going to see bullet lists. So you got a list of items that really don't have a specific order, not necessarily a specific order that they need to show up in. And then we've got a numbered list, where perhaps there's a little bit more structure behind it, a little more definition as to this item comes first, and then this item, and then this item, and so on. So depending on your content and how you want to present that, you have these two options. So first, a little more basic, let's look at the bullet list. So I've got a document here. You can download it. You can practice with this if you like. It's called 06 Word Bullet Lists. Download it, open it up. You're going to get this, and you can follow right along with me. So I'm going to click right below Working with Bullet Lists. Now, I could begin by typing the lists, or I can activate the bullets first. Either way, it doesn't matter. In the end, you're going to get the same results. So I'll activate it first. I'm going to go to my Home tab. On the Home tab, underneath the Paragraph section, you've got your List tools. Now I'm going to grab the Bullet Lists. I'll go ahead and select Bullet List. This drops in a bullet. It indents it in a little bit. You can see up here on my ruler, I got a couple of markers there just showing off how far this got indented in. And now I can start to type my lists. Let's say I'm going to do that grocery list. So I'm going to say we need milk, we need bread. Now I hit my enter key and I'm just dropping down to the next bullet. Well, you know what? Maybe while I'm in the bread aisle, there might be a couple of different types of items that I need. I need sandwich bread, I need hamburger bread, I need hot dog buns, I need this, that, and the other thing. And once again, my mind's like, whoa, I'm trying to keep track of all of this stuff. So let's say we got multiple items underneath this category. Well, I could just keep typing. I could say we need hamburger. Is that right? Hamburger buns. We need hot dog buns, and so on and so on. Or I want to indent it in. Show off that, hey, bread's the main category. Hey, honey, when you're in the bread aisle, pick up this, that, and the other thing. Well, you know what? I'm going to place my cursor just to the left of hamburger, and I'm going to hit my tab key. Tab. That will indent it in. It's now a sub-bullet of bread. Come over here. We got hamburger buns. We got hot dog buns. We got English muffins. And so on. Now, I hit my enter key again, and it's like, well, no, I'm all done with the bread. I don't want any more sub-items underneath there. I need to go back to my main list. So again, remember, I started out by activating the button itself, turn on my bullets, just typing, hit my enter key to create a new bullet, tab to indent in and create sub-bullets. Now I want to go back to a main bullet. Well, now I'm going to press Shift-Tab. This will take me back. It'll promote or bring my bullet back to the main bullet. And now you say, you know what, we need eggs, and hit my enter key again. We need of course we need candy, right? I mean, of course, right? That's always on the list. So there's my little list. Hit your enter key, create new bullets, tab to indent them in, shift tab to bring them back. When you're all done, right, I could just leave it as is and go on my way, but if I hit my enter key again, it thinks I want to continue my bullets. Well, I don't want to do that. So you could hit your backspace key, get that out of there. Now I'm still indented in, but if I hit my backspace key again, I'm still indented in a little bit, and I can keep going. Just get that thing out of there. Just backspace, backspace, delete out the bullet, delete out the indentation, and so on. Okay. Now this is a bullet list. Nice. Doesn't matter the order. I'm just putting some points up there on the screen. Now a numbered list, very similar. Techniques are all the same. But here you have a little more structure, a little more definition behind the list because you're going to put items in a specific order, whether that's numerically or alphabetically. So take a look. Up above, right next door to the bullet list, I've got my numbered list. I can turn on my numbered list. Generates a 1 by default. Then I can say, you know what, we got a new proposal document. I can't spell. Document creation. Okay, that's nice. I could right click on that and there's proposal. Let's spell that correctly. Forgot the S. Now I hit my enter key and now I got a 2. And I can say, create new workflow, yada, yada, yada. Maybe these are all business items I'm dropping out here. And this is the order that we got to go through. Okay, but again, I hit my enter key again, and I get another bullet inside there. I get a numbered item. Now, just like a bullet list, I can indent and do sub-items underneath these. So perhaps, well, first step was to create the new proposal document, and step 2 is to create the workflows, but maybe there's multiple steps to the workflow. So I can hit my what key? Hit my tab key, indent that in. Now I got a letter A. I got a sub-item underneath number 2. So I can say generate emails. Generate emails. Create tasks. Yada, yada, yada. Right, and keep going like this, but hit my enter key and I'm going to keep typing. And once again, I got to get back to my spelling habits here. Talking and typing and thinking all at the same time just doesn't fly for me. So now I don't want C. I'm all done. So now I want to go back to get item number 3. Remember, tab, indented that in. Shift tab will bring it back. So now I can continue my list. That's it. Create more structure to your document. Create bullet lists. A little more flexibility to them. Items aren't really necessarily in any order. Create sub-items underneath them. Tab, shift tab. And you got numbered ones as well, where you can create a more structure to it. Give more definition to it. So try this out. Open up the example file. 06 word bullet lists. Generate your own little simple bullet list. Create some sub-items underneath there. Maybe even try going to 3rd level. Hit your tab key again. And then try creating a numbered list. Get a little more structure and a little more definition behind that list as well. The Microsoft Office applications, including Microsoft Word, offer some canned or built-in formatting. Formatting that you can use throughout your document. They apply colors, fonts, maybe spacing, alignment, and a number of other features. But this canned or saved formatting that you can just use. And these are called styles. Okay? They're built-in formatting. Take a look. I've got the example file, 07 Word Styles Intro. You can download it. It's part of this lecture. Follow along with me. So what I'd like to do here is throughout this document, and it's not a big document, it's only a single page, but I've got some headers. There I've got fun with videos, fun with images, and if I scroll down a little bit more, there's one called using the insert tab. Now I want to make these headers within this document all the same color, all the same font. I want to have consistency throughout this document. Well, you can really do this one of a couple ways. You could do the formatting yourself. I could say, you know what, I'll highlight this and I'm going to go make it bold and change its color and change the font size and underline it and so on and so on. Then I have to go down to Fun with Images and repeat all those same options. Make it bold, change it this color, underline it, and so on. And then I got to do it down below again. And what if you got 20 pages, 30 pages, 100 plus pages within the document, and you got to format all your headers to be exactly the same? I don't want to do that by hand. I don't want to do that myself. Use the saved formatting. Use styles. It's already there. It's built for you. You just apply it, and you'll create consistency throughout. Watch. I'll go back up to Fun with Videos. I'm going to go to my Home tab. On my Home tab, I have the Styles section. Now you can see I got like, what, 5, 6 items up there. You might see more, you might see less, depending on the size of your screen. But there's this little arrow. This little arrow right here, right in the corner. If I hit that, this is going to expand it out and show me all these default styles that come within Microsoft Word. Now this is 2013 open in front of you. If you got 2010, if you got 2016, if you got 2007, you're going to see styles, but your styles might be a little bit different. Colors might be a little different. The fonts might be a little different. Nothing big, but the concept is the same. So I come in here and say, you know what, I want all my headers here, like Fun with Videos, Fun with Images, and use the Insert tab. I want them to all use heading 1. So I'll select that. Now I've got this blue font. It's slightly bigger. I come down to Fun with Images, and rather than me reapplying again all those options, I can just go pick heading 1, and there it is. I'll go down to this one using the Insert tab, grab heading 1, and I've already formatted it. Nice and consistent. Again, single page at this point, but you got 20, 30, 100 plus pages. Very quick. Same formatting, consistency. You got a nice professional looking document. Now that was just heading 1. You've got a number of other ones in there. I got other headings. If you got subheaders as well, you got stuff for emphasizing text, doing an intense emphasize. If I select something in here, you can see what each of these do. And I'm just running my mouse over the top of them. There's the intense emphasize. Here's strong. It's bold. That's a quote. That's a nice one if you're inserting little quotes throughout your document. An intense quote. I like the borders. I like the blue bars there at the top. What's that one? Intense reference. It's bold. It's blue. Now these are all canned styles, stuff that you can use inside your document. The most common, absolute most common style used in Word documents is the heading styles, and specifically heading 1. That's the most commonly used style, at least the default canned styles. So try this out. Now talking about styles, we've seen that Microsoft Word comes with a handful of styles, this canned pre-selected formatting that you can use inside your documents. Again, create consistency and efficiently format your document without you doing it manually. Well, those handful of styles that come within Word, they're great, but they're already built and maybe they don't follow your style guide or your preferences for colors and fonts and so on, but you still want to use that pre-set up formatting. Well, you can save and create your own custom styles. That way you can generate whatever you want. Your own colors, your own font, your own sizes, and so on. And then you can use that throughout your document and save yourself loads of time and stay on target with your company logos and colors and so on. Take a look. First thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to clear the formatting off of these 3 that I formatted earlier using the heading 1 style. So I'm just going to grab all 3 of these. Remember your control key. You can select all 3 of those. And then there's a button up above called Clear Formatting. Looks like an A with one of those rubber pink erasers on it. So I give that a click, and I've now cleared the formatting. Boing! Got rid of it. Now, I want to create my own style, and then I want to be able to reuse this. So first step, when you create a style, you have to set up what you want the style to look like. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to grab this line of text, just a triple click right there, grab that line, or click and drag, however you want to do it, but let's just get fun with videos. With that highlighted, I'm going to say I want it to be bold. I like blue. I'm going to make it blue. I'm going to bump up the font size. Maybe I'll go 18. Is there anything else I want to do that? Maybe I'll change the font. Let's go with Arial Black. You know, something different. I've just made a few changes in there. Now I want to take that same formatting and I want to apply it to Fun with Images and use the Insert tab and throughout my document. I'm not going to do it one at a time and have to repeat all those steps again. I'd never remember it anyways. So now I'm going to save that right there. Fun with Videos, all that formatting that I just did, I'm going to save it as my own custom style. So now that I've set up the example, I'll highlight that text. I'm going to go up to the styles. I'm going to hit that little arrow in the corner. Here we go. And I'm going to go down to create a style. So I give that a click. You can see that my style's already in there. It's blue, it's bold, it's Arial Black, and so on. But I get to give it a name. I'll just call it my custom style. Maybe I'll give it a number, 01. And I'm going to hit OK. I've now saved it, and you can see it up above. There's my new custom style. And now I can come down here and I can grab Fun with Images. I'll go grab using the Insert tab, go grab all the text that I need throughout this document, and I just go pick my custom style, and I've now added it. Yay! I just saved myself loads of time. You got 10, 20, 100 plus pages in a document, consistent formatting. But now it's to your style. It's a custom style, one that you've created. I think that's pretty slick. Now, if your mind isn't blown already, just by the ability to be able to create your own custom styles, watch this. Now imagine, you build this style, you're super happy with yourself, you hand it off to your boss, and the boss is like, this is great. But you know what? We're changing our logo color from blue to orange. We need to make all these headers orange. Can you do that? No problem. Right? Take a look. As long as we use styles, I'm going to go find my custom style. I'm going to right click on it and I'm going to go to Modify. So I just found my style, right-click Modify. Here's my style, my custom style 01, and I'm going to go change something about it. I'm going to change the color from blue to orange. Let's go with this let's go with this brighter orange here. So I've just made the change. That's all I did. I just modified my style. I'm going to hit OK, and I've now updated my entire document. Anywhere I use that style, it's now been updated. I don't have to do it one by one, right? Pulling your hair out, right? Why did we change that color? You just modify the style, you've updated your document. Save yourself loads of time, become more efficient within the application. That's the name of the game. Anytime I can get the application to do the work for me, I'm all aboard for that. So try this out. Set up your own definition. What do you want the style to look like? Select some text, highlight it, format it, do what you want with it. Once you're done with that, make sure it's still highlighted. Go up to the little down arrow and create a style. Give it a name and off you go. And even try modifying it. Right click modify and go change the style. Change the color, the font, whatever you want, and watch it update and watch all that time that you spend formatting documents come back to you.